So we started in last episode talking about how to market self-storage facilities online in today's world. Now this is absolutely a subject I did not want to have to learn, but I finally got it. If I'm going to be relevant in today's world, I've got to learn this. So in my effort to learn out loud and share with you what I'm learning about this, we're going to talk about how to market your self-storage facility on Facebook. And we're going to start today. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Self-Storage Quick Start Academy. I help and support small investors who want to get in the self-storage business or who want to grow their self-storage business, strategically do it in a way that creates true wealth in a fulfilling career. And yes, I absolutely did not want to have to learn this. I did not want to have to deal with vendors. I did not want to have to learn how to create online ads, but I finally got it. I have to learn this, because it's part of the business. It's part of owning and operating and growing a self-storage business in today's world. Now, I'm not talking about just pretty pictures of your facility on Facebook, although you have to have those. I'm not talking about just creating a Facebook company page, although you have to have that. And I'm not talking about just posting and interacting with people on Facebook, although you have to do that. What I'm talking about is paid advertising on Facebook that has people stop, taking action, and that action ends up with people standing at your counter renting a storage unit. So the real trick of any advertising you do is getting the right offer in front of the right people. Now that's easier said than done, especially in today's world. And what I've discovered is the mindset required in today's environment is totally different than it used to be when creating ads for your self-storage facility. What we're doing today is constantly tweaking, testing, changing. You never get it. Whenever you get an ad that's performing, yes, you may scale it up. We'll talk about that. But then you're always testing it and comparing it to something else to see which may perform better. In the old days, what you did was you designed an ad, you put it in a magazine, you put it in the yellow pages, and you were done. That's not how the world works anymore. And what's very interesting is an offer that works today, 3 months from now, may or may not work. An offer that's working right now at facility A may or may not work at the next facility 5 miles away. It's really strange how it works, but designing the right offer and getting it in front of the right people really is an art rather than a science. And we're going to talk about the art of using Facebook to get that offer to the right people. So from a very high view, 30,000 feet, the very simplest Facebook ad campaign is going to look like this. So you've got a Facebook ad that offers a discount or offers something to a user. Then that user takes an action online, and it's usually clicking and either going to your website or going to a landing page, and then they give you something for that discount in most cases. Usually they give you your name or an email or a phone number. And then the offer is sent to them with a very specific time period, usually short, to use the offer. Now there's a lot more that can be done in a Facebook ad campaign, and we're going to talk about that. But in its very simplest form, that's how a Facebook ad works. You've got an ad either in the news feed or on the right-hand column. The ad offers a discount or gives an offer to a user. A user stops what they're doing, they go claim that discount, and then they take their phone or the printed coupon and go to your facility and rent a unit. So in this simple advertising campaign, you're going to need a few things. The first thing you're going to need is a Facebook company page for your self-storage facility. If you don't have one, create a Facebook company page for your self-storage facility. It's not difficult. You go to Facebook, there's steps on how to do it. Even a Yahoo like myself can do it. You can do it. The next thing you're going to need is a Facebook ad account. You're going to have to create an ad account on Facebook to run ads. Again, not very difficult. Then the next thing you're going to have for this simple Facebook campaign is either a website that can generate landing pages. In other words, you can put new pages on your website and design them, or have your website provider design them, or you can use a simple landing page program that's connected to your website. I use the latter. I use lead pages to create my landing pages. We'll talk more about that. So you need a website that can do landing pages or a landing page program. You need to have an offer that can be in the form usually of a PDF that can be printed, and you need a way to email that offer back to the customer who claims it. Now, there's other things that can be added to it, and we'll talk about some of those, but in a very basic, simple, easiest Facebook campaign, those are the items that are needed. Facebook company page, ad account, landing pages, offer, a way to email that offer. That's what's required to execute that very simple Facebook campaign that we just took a look at from 30,000 feet. So now let's go through this process, the step-by-step process of how to execute a simple Facebook ad campaign. Step one, the offer. You've got to come up with an offer that will appeal to the customers in your facility's market area. So what are you going to offer them? Now, I'll tell you what drives me crazy. Excuse me a minute while I get up on my soapbox. So I'm standing on my soapbox. I tell you what absolutely drives me crazy from the self-storage industry experts who handle most of the online Facebook and online marketing campaigns that we've ever done. What drives me crazy is a generic ad with a stock photo of somebody sitting on a couch looking in an iPad, maybe surrounded by a bunch of boxes, and it says something like, "Need self-storage? Click here." And it takes you to your company's website. Drives me crazy. Yet that is somewhat the industry norm for advertising your self-storage facility. So picture this. You're standing in line at Starbucks, you're thumbing through your Facebook account, you're on Facebook, you're either like excited about the picture of your kids or your grandkids, or you're getting all fired up about something the political left has done or what the political right is doing, and is making your blood boil, and you're on Facebook. Think, how do you get on Facebook? What do you do on Facebook? And then you see in the news feed that picture. Are you going to stop whatever you're doing, click that, go to the self-storage company's website, stand there and rent a unit? No, you're not going to do that. It drives me crazy. So some viewers actually do click and go to the website. And then the vendors tell me that the ad campaign's doing great. Before we ran the ad, you had 320 people a month. Now you had 472 people hit your website and learn more about your company. Well, that's good, but I'm not in the business to have more people look at my website. I'm in the business to rent units. So this is how I think, in my humble opinion, now I'm going to step off my soapbox. In my humble opinion, I want to talk about an ad campaign that I can get excited about, that I've had experience with, and sometimes it's worked. So picture that person standing in line looking at their phone at a Starbucks or a coffee shop or at home or whatever. What do you got to do when your ad shows up? In my opinion, what you need to do is you need to interrupt what's going on in that person's mind. You need to interrupt and stop his action, whatever drift, whatever direction he's going on the computer or on the mobile device. And you usually do that in two ways. It's usually with an image, or it's worth an offer. So let's talk about an offer. A good offer, no matter where it is, whether it's on Facebook, online, regular print media, a good offer has two components to it. One, it appeals to someone who needs your product or service, or who thinks they're going to need your product or service. Your offer would appeal to them. They would see benefit in it. And two, a good offer has scarcity. In other words, it has a call to action. If you don't take in action, this offer is going to go away. So that's the two components of a good offer. It appeals to somebody who needs what you have, and it has scarcity. Half off this month. 10 by 10s this month, half off. If you come in the next week and rent a unit with us, we will give you a disc lock. Whatever the offer is, it has scarcity to it, and the goal is to motivate someone to take action now as opposed to later, in order to not lose the offer. So what kind of offer would people in your market area need to see that would stop them, interrupt what they're doing, stop them, have them claim that offer, and then schedule a time to go use that offer? What would that offer need to be? Now, what I do is I try an offer, and sometimes I'll try two offers at once. I never do more than two at once, because I want to see which one's working better. And if the offer I'm offering doesn't appeal to the public, then I try a different offer, and I keep testing offers, usually two at a time, to see which one works better. Or I'll have one offer and I'll offer that to different audiences, we'll talk about that, or I offer that same offer in different formats, video, image ads. So I'm always testing to see which one works better. When I get one that's working, then I will create another one and test it against the one that's working. You know, I'm never sure what's going to work. I remember one of the first ad campaigns I ever ran. I ran a $25 off if you use it this month. We had 3 weeks left in the month when I started that campaign. We ended up with 5 rentals out of that $25 off. 3 months later, I came back and ran the same offer. Nothing. No interest. That offer no longer appealed to that market. What had happened is more space had come online in the sub-market. They were being very aggressive, so I had to up the offer. Maybe it was $50, maybe it was half off, maybe it was giving them something when they moved in. So I test different offers all the time. It's really interesting. Same facility, same audience, same year, work great, doesn't work at all. Works on this facility, doesn't work on that facility. If I can get anything across in working with online marketing, it's the mindset. The mindset is you're constantly testing. You never are there. You can get one that's producing results, but you're never there. You're always testing to see which works better. And you get one that's producing results now, 6 months later, that same ad probably isn't going to produce the results. That's just the reality of the market in which we live and find ourselves today. Now, what I don't like, and I'm going to get back on my soapbox for a second, is the first month for $1 that's always running. No scarcity to it, always there. Some of the competitors, the big players, do something similar to that. That, for me, that takes all the juice out of this business. I don't, to have a perpetual, forever, ongoing discount of that magnitude, it's just not something that appeals to me. What does appeal to me is to try to figure out what kind of offer I can put in front of the same audience that would have them pivot from that and come to me. Now that's exciting. That's what I like to do. I like to create offers that interrupt the user, have them come to me, and create scarcity with that offer. So the first step is to create your offer. What offer do you create? I don't know. look in your market and see what other people are doing and think, what would interrupt me in a line to get a cup of coffee that would cause me to claim that right now. Step 2 in any ad campaign is the call to action. So what do you want a customer to do? Do you want a customer to pick up the phone and call? Do you want a customer to click and claim a coupon? What do you want the customer to do? My experience is, although I haven't done a lot of advertising where the call to action is to pick the phone up and call our facility, I may try that, but usually when I'm doing online, the call to action is to do something online. So in most of our ads, in most ads you see online, the call to action will be to click here or download here or click here to learn more. The call to action in most cases in the self-storage business is to click and go somewhere to claim the offer that you're giving them. So it's a call to action. Now, where do you want them to go? Again, what drives me crazy is most vendors that we use want them to go to our company website. We use the vendor that created our website. We've been using them for some online marketing and SEO work, and they love their website, so do I, and they want the customer to go to the website. I don't want them to go to the website. I got great websites, but my websites have a lot of things you can do on them. You can look at all the different units we have. You can click and look at the pictures of the place. You can go to a calculator and figure out what size you need. There's a lot of things to do on our website. When I'm running an ad, I don't want them to go to our website and do all those things. I want them to do one thing. I want them to claim the offer that I'm giving them. That's why I like landing pages. I have an account with a program called Lead Pages. I love Lead Pages, and I create landing pages where they go, and when they go to the landing page, it's real simple. On a landing page, you do one of two things. You either A, click and claim the offer, or B, you leave it. In the online marketing business, often landing pages like that are called squeeze pages. But when you go to a page, squeeze page, there's only a couple things to do. You claim it. In most cases, in our ads, you give us your name, email, sometimes a phone number. I have found that the more things you ask for, the less chance of them claiming it. But I usually try to get a name, at least a first name, so that the emails we send them will be have their name in it. I try to get a name and an email minimum, and then they get the offer. So here's a landing page on a campaign we just recently did. Now perhaps this page even has too much on it, but you see what I'm talking about. You get the idea. You can either claim the offer or go. There's not much else to do here. Now I know some of you are thinking $99 for a 10 by 10, that's a lot. Well, these are 100% climate controlled in urban environments that are usually running from $150 to $175. Now to me, that's a good landing page. They're either going to take the offer or not. Now, a couple notes about landing pages. Note number 1, you want it to look like and be very similar to the ad. What you don't want is somebody to be on Facebook, click, that takes them out of Facebook to another program and then to another place on the internet, and they're wondering if they're in the right place. I've done that, I'm sure you've done that, and it's very frustrating. You end up just going back and forgetting all about the ad. You're annoyed that you left wherever you were and you're not sure where you're at. So try to have the landing page look very similar to the ad. Same fonts, same images, same colors. So here's the ad that people saw that took them to that landing page. What you're looking at is the ad as I created it on Facebook in the Ads Manager. We'll talk about creating the ad next week. But you see, even though it's not the exact same image, you can see that there's no doubt when they clicked down there to claim the offer or to download or whatever the call to action was, when they click that, there's no doubt in their mind that they went to the right place from that ad. Now, if you're going to try this, the goal is to create a landing page that's very simple, and you have two choices. Do what you want them to do or go. Most people, if they've taken the effort to go that far, will do what you want them to do. Now, I know at this point you may be starting to get overwhelmed. I get it. I get overwhelmed every single day, especially when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Let me share with you a secret that really works. And the secret is VA, virtual assistants. So anytime that you're taking on something new, virtual assistants are a very real and viable alternative. What a virtual assistant is, it is not an employee. They're independent business owners and vendors. I love it because your relationship is not like an employer-employee relationship. It's like business owner to business owner. So a good virtual assistant will be able to fill the gaps of your knowledge base. Yesterday I had to call a virtual assistant. I was setting up an ad campaign, and I have all the ad and everything in place. I also have a program that captures when people go to the landing page and enter their name and email. I have another program that goes to where I set up email campaigns to go back to them. And I could not for the life of me get that program connected to the landing page. So I reached out to my virtual assistant, asked my virtual assistant to fix what I could not handle. So here's a couple of websites where you can look for virtual assistants. And I really like it because you can post a job online, like here's what my needs are. I need someone to design copy, or I need someone who's good with online marketing. I need someone who can edit my text. I need someone who can create the ads. I write the ads, whatever your needs are. And people from all over the country or all over the world will apply for that job, and you can see the work they've done, and you negotiate an hourly rate, and anytime you need them, you reach out to them, you have the relationship, you know what the cost is going to be, and you use them. I love using virtual assistants. Now, that doesn't mean you hire a virtual assistant and turn your ad campaign over to them. That's the same as turning it over to a vendor. No, you want to design the campaign, be on top of the campaign, be 100% accountable for the advertising campaign, get the VA's input, they can help you, but it's your business. You're responsible for it. So whatever you're not good at, doesn't mean don't learn it, but whatever you're not good at, you can get assistance through a virtual assistant. That is a secret that I'm surprised more people don't use. I love working with virtual assistants. It makes our life a lot easier, and it's probably the most economical way that there is to get the assistance in the areas where you're weak. So we've covered a lot. We've covered in today's episode the offer, creating an offer, where people are going to go to claim that offer. Next episode, we're going to talk about creating the ad, creating the audiences. That's what's so good about using online marketing, is you can zero in and target exactly people who will need your product or service. And that's why Facebook is one of the absolute best platforms to advertise in, because of your ability to identify people who need what you are offering them. So we'll continue this next week. Between now and next week, what I'd like for you to do is to begin to design some offers that you think will appeal to your market. Look at what your competition's offering and think, what would I have to see that would interrupt me and cause me to pivot and claim that offer and show up and use that offer. Begin to design what those offers may look like, and think through, research, figure out how you're going to create a landing page. Are you going to use your website? Are you going to use a landing page program like Lead Pages? Are you going to need assistance in this? Are you going to need to reach out and create a relationship with a vendor or a virtual assistant? And then come to next week's episode with your offer and your solution on how users are going to claim that offer. And lastly, between now and next week, go to Facebook and pay close attention to the ads that you see. What are good ads? What are bad ads? What are ads that interrupt you and would cause you to take action? begin to see what annoys you about ads, and start becoming very aware of online marketing when you see it in any platform. But this week, pay particular attention to Facebook. So thank you very much. I look forward to going deeper into this online marketing with you. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer. It is a very powerful financial analysis tool that we use every single day for analyzing self-storage that we're looking at building or we're looking at buying. Later on today, I've got a feasibility report back with a project we have under contract. I'm going to go back in the Storage World Analyzer. I'm going to update the potential income and unit mix page based on the information from the feasibility report, and we're going to decide in the next day or two if we're going to buy this project. Without the Storage World Analyzer, I don't know how we do it. So thank you very much. I look forward to exploring this new world of online marketing for self-storage with you in the next episode. See you then.